Today is Fomc, and we are having one of the biggest news that will impact the crypto market. It's either it impacts the crypto market negatively or positively. Fomc is coming up 7 p.m. The Fomc committee and 7:30 Nigerian time, and the markets are not actually moving much. The markets are waiting in anticipation to the news release before we see a lot of volatility. But right now, it seems as if we are slowly making our way to the upside. If possibly we pump towards Fomc, maybe we will actually see a flush after the news release. But regardless, we just have to position ourselves for the volatility, whichever way the market goes. It's either we are going to the downside or we'll be breaking the resistance level. So before I hop onto the chart, what you have to do for me is to click the like and subscribe button, because I post crypto. So what you have to do is just click the like and subscribe on subscribe button. So let's get onto the charts. Now this is Bitcoin on the daily time frame. So the video I did yesterday, I said that when we have a rejection at this level, we could possibly go down to at least $108,000. Right now, we've seen two bearish candlestick on this resistance level. This candlestick, yesterday candlestick, engulfing the previous day candlestick, and the market are not moving that much because of the FOMC meeting we are having later in the day. And there was a news, I saw a tweet on X by Watcher Guru. I saw a tweet. I think maybe once the FOMC comes out, if we probably see a rate cut, we could maybe actually have our way to the upside. But the thing is, I'm actually leaning towards the downside than the upside, because the stochastic RSI is probably overbought right now, and the blue line has just crossed the orange line, which indicates that we might go lower, we might reset for another buying opportunities. I think that maybe when we kind of click down to this level, then the RSI resets to the oversold region, we could actually see maybe a bounce at this level. So it might be important for you to set some buy order, because we might have a flash crash up to this level, then an impulsive move to the upside. That's why I'm leaning towards the downside than the upside. Probably if we have a rate cut, maybe a 25 basis points, like most people are predicting, we actually maybe have our way to the upside, breaking above this resistance. But immediately we break above this resistance level, the next target for us is this resistance we have at $125,000. You could say that this resistance is in line with this as a symmetrical triangle that we have in this expanding symmetrical triangle that we're having here. Although I have a lower time frame trade that I entered yesterday. One thing about me is that I don't care about the news, FOMC, CPI or not. Immediately I see my setup is probably good for me to just take the setup. So as I said yesterday, that I'm trying to enter on a long position on the 1 hour time frame. And what did I see on this position? So we had multiple break of structure, created an inducement right here, went as high as 115,000 and they got rejected, and I marked out this order block right here. And so you can see that this is a perfect order block, a red candlestick followed by an impulsive green candlestick, and we try to take out this liquidity at this level right here. There's a liquidity at this place around $112,000. So I saw multiple bounce on this level, so I decided to take a long trade, and my take profit was at 114,197. And I put my take profit, I marked out my fib retracement from the high to this low, then I marked out the 0.618 fib level. At least, even if price want to reject, we could maybe have our way to the upside to this place before another rejection. We could possibly go up. We could possibly go up, at least have our way to this level maybe before another rejection. But if we decide to drop down, possibly stopping me out, so there's no problem about that. So I have my my plans in check. Another thing I want us to look out for is the CME gap that we are having. If I look onto the Bitcoin CME chart, you can see that we have a really big CME gap between 13,500 and 111,000. Now we almost filled out this CME gap. As you can see, we feed it halfway, but we will not feed it completely. We feed it halfway. I think if we eventually go down due to the FOMC, we might actually fill out this gap completely then before we have our way to the outside. But if we later pump, breaking above this resistance at 116, we might definitely come down again to fill out this CME gap before another continuation to the outside. But whichever ways the price is going, I'm actually prepared. Altcoins right now are not doing much because Bitcoin is just kind of consolidating. There is no clear direction for Bitcoin. Altcoins are just kind of consolidating, and if Bitcoin eventually comes down, then altcoins are going to bleed heavily. But it's actually a good buying opportunity for the altcoins. Actually a good buying opportunity. So you want to just try to dollar cost average, because I think this November that we are entering will be a good month for altcoins. Because if I take a look at the Bitcoin, the altcoin market cap, the orders versus BTC. Let me go over to the daily time frame. Orders versus BTC. Now we actually had a multiple bounce at this support zone right here. We're having multiple bounce. A week went as low as 5.21%, and now we are actually reclaiming this level. I think as far as we are still holding up on this orders, the altcoins, even when BTC comes down, the altcoins will not bleed that much because we are actually on this support level. What we want to see for orders is for we to slowly creep our way to the upside, then eventually breaking above this resistance level. As you can see that this is a descending wedge, and what are the price target for a descending wedge? How can we predict? Just take a line from this high to this low, then we can mark out the breakout. And once price decides to break out of this descending wedge, we can see that the next resistance perfectly aligns with this other trend that we're having here. There are two descending wedge. Once we break out of this little wedge, the next resistance is this wedge that we're having here. We tapped on this wedge like multiple times, 1, 2 touch. Then I think the third touch that we might have, we actually make our way for alt season. If the orders of this slowly creeps to this resistance and finally breaks out, we could see the lower caps, beam, Ondo, most of the AI tokens slowly creep its way to the upside. Then once we get to this resistance, we'll see a massive parabolic movement. This will not happen in Q4, November/December. I think that we'll slowly creep our way to the upside during November and December. Then January 2026, that's when we'll see a proper alt season. So whatever dips that we are having is actually a good buying opportunity. So that is it for this update, guys. Don't forget to like and also subscribe to this channel. I post everyday crypto updates, crypto trading setup. But when the FOMC finally comes out, I'm actually going to do another video on the price prediction, what I think price might do after the FOMC meeting. So don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, guys. Peace out.